Wander round Earlham or Cadishead, and you can't fail to miss the miles and miles of green fields that make up 30% of Salford. The land, home to a wide variety of wildlife, has been an idyllic spot for local residents during lockdown. But what you can't see is the fears of the residents, who worry this land will be taken away from them as part of a plan to build more affordable housing across Greater Manchester. People like Pauline.
I've got fond memories of going up there as a child with my granddad, and then as I've grown up and had my family, going up with my children. It's always been there, and it's so open and so natural, and it's got its own unique place in the ecological system, and it just would be such a shame to spoil it.
The land could be under threat from the spatial framework, the so-called master plan to make sure all councils in Greater Manchester meet their targets for building new homes.
Chat Moss, thought to be around 7,000 years old, has been called the green lungs of Salford because of the clean air that it pushes throughout the city. But the land I'm standing on right now could be replaced with 1,400 affordable homes if Greater Manchester boroughs decide to go through with the plan to build extra houses in their areas, even after Stockport voted it down.
Frances Henry is chair of the group campaigning to save the Greenbelt land.
We can't have a dead zone in the middle of our towns and cities and then have all this going on at the outside, because we're not utilising the areas that we should be utilising. We've got the opportunity to grow. You've got grade 1 farmland. We've got a massive resource as regard to mental, physical and emotional health. And therefore, why are you putting it under housing?
A spokesperson for the Greater Manchester Combined Authority has said, "While we regret the position that has been taken by Stockport councillors and the implications this will have for the borough, Greater Manchester will continue to work to build a sustainable future with good homes, jobs and growth." Greater Manchester leaders will meet to consider the next steps in the coming days after Stockport Council's cabinet has met and taken the final decision on the GMSF. But despite this, local people like Pauline say this is not enough to justify taking away the land, and her message to the council is clear.
It's obvious you don't use the mosslands for recreational purposes. It's obvious you don't have a love of nature, because if you had, you wouldn't dream of destroying it.
Although plans for house building across Greater Manchester are unclear, the message from residents near Chat Moss is, all eyes will be on the council now as they decide which pathway to choose.